Hey y'all, welcome to the live. I know I look kind of different. Y'all notice anything different? I have on this little V lifting mask. That's what I got on my chin. I'm trying to get snatched on my chin. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. Anyway, most of the beauty products that I'm going to be using is going to be in like the description bar under beauty products I recommend. It should be like the second or third link. Anyway, how are y'all doing? So I'm going to take it off. Oh, did it work? Worked a little bit. You're supposed to leave it on for like 3 to 4 hours, and I think I only left it on for like an hour and a half. But look what it like. I can tell that it's done something. But yeah, and it's like it's cool. It's like this. So I got these yesterday. Anyway, they're linked in the beauty products that I recommend in the description bar if y'all are curious about it. So I'm gonna be doing my makeup and talking to y'all about he is not your son. Okay? Because some of y'all out here treating these dusties or these grown able-bodied men like children and wondering why they start acting like a child when you ask them to do something for you or when you ask them to pay a bill or whatever, okay? Because y'all are treating them like that from the start and y'all have to stop. Okay? If y'all don't stop treating these grown able-bodied men like kids, they're gonna keep acting like kids. So it's like, oh, you have to take some accountability, ladies, because some of y'all don't understand. Okay. And when I say stop treating them like kids, I also mean stop telling them what to do, what to watch, what to like, what to eat, what to do. I mean, if they wanted a mom, they would stay home with their own mama. You know what I'm saying? And somebody need to say it. Someone needs to tell y'all this. Young guys, especially young guys, middle-aged guys, they don't like being told what to do most of the time by a woman. I mean, you're not their mom. So stop acting like it. The more you act like their mom, the more they're going to treat you like their mom. Okay? So let me tell y'all, don't be the mom. Be the spoiled brat that gets what they want. And let me tell y'all how to do that. Stop trying to tell them what to do and play dumb and ask them for stuff. Okay? Because how can you tell somebody what to do in an authoritative manner and then turn around and ask them for money? That doesn't go together. Okay? So y'all need to make up y'all's mind. Y'all gonna be the sugar baby or the sugar mama? Y'all gonna be the girlfriend or the mother? Are y'all gonna be the wife or the mom? Okay, y'all have to figure it out. Which one are you gonna do? Okay. And you know what? Today, y'all have to decide, what do you want to be? If you already got kids, you already have kids. You don't have to tell a man what to do. If they're not smart enough to figure out what they're supposed to be doing, does he really need to be in your life anyway? You know what I'm saying? You need to pick and choose what type of girlfriend or wife or whatever you're going to be. You're going to be the type that nags and be's their mother. They're not going to do too much. Okay? You got to pretend like you don't know what's going on. And you can use the power of suggestion to tell people what to do all the time if you're smart. You don't even have to nag. You can ask dumb questions and let them answer their own question and come up with the solution that you were trying to give them in the first place, and they'll think it's their idea. You know what I'm saying? So stop being their mom. If you're their mom, they're not going to treat you like they're a woman. And be like, okay, mom, and they're going to go do what they want to do anyway. So figure it out. And they ask you to do something, especially when it's financial. The answer is always going to be no. Okay? Never. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't have it, or I can't do that. And why don't you go ask your mom, or why don't you go ask your big sis, or why don't you go ask your dad? You are not the one that they have to come to for help. Okay? When you start treating them like a child, they're going to associate you with a matronly, motherly type, and they're going to come to you for help, because who do people call for when they need help? as a child. They're mothers. So stop acting like their mama if you want them to start paying for stuff and giving you stuff and doing the most for you. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah, tell them to call their moms, not you, because you are not her. Thank you. Yeah, call their moms. He said how to get out of survival mode. Get 2 sugar daddies or 3. Or get 3 jobs. Whichever one. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. So anyway, don't treat men like your sons. Treat them like your ATM, your bank, someone that you can ask for things instead of nag and try to tell what to do all the time. It's like, okay, because that's a big difference. When you start acting like their mom, they're less likely to give to you. Just that's why I say if y'all are in long-term relationships and y'all married men, y'all same age, y'all probably gonna turn into their moms because men are not as mature as women. They're literally 10 years behind mentally. So if you're with someone that is close to your own age, you're almost going to become their mother because you're literally more mature than them. That's why if you date slightly older or much older, you won't run into this problem so much. I mean, you still may run into it if the guy is very, very immature, but you're not going to run into it as much as you're going to run into it with somebody your own age or close to your age. You know what I'm saying? So y'all need to figure this out. It's all math. And y'all ain't mathing right. Y'all are trying to deal with little boys and treating them like men, and they're not mature enough, and you're nagging them like a mother, and you expect them to give you money like a sugar daddy, and it's not happening. Like y'all are doing everything backwards a lot of y'all, not all of y'all, but some of y'all are doing everything backwards and expecting the results. Okay. If you got somebody dating a 50-year-old and you expect the same results out of a relationship and you're dating somebody your same age, what's wrong with that picture? You know, it's not gonna always it's not gonna equate because that 50-year-old man has money and that 20-year-old doesn't. Okay. That 20-year-old is still mentally a teenager. That 50-year-old is at least middle aged and he knows a thing or two about life and money by that time. So y'all have to understand what y'all are trying to do. Y'all need to get the numbers right. A 61-year-old provides but need him to put you okay, you want him to take you away from your job. Should you tell him that your boss gave you money and it's flirt? No, you should tell him that your boss is cutting your hours and you're scared. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you tell him your boss is flirting, he's gonna be like, oh well, what you must have did something to provoke that because you know how men think. So basically, you can just say, you know, they're cutting my hours and they're treating me really bad and they don't appreciate me because I did not respond to their. But then they'll just tell you to tell HR because in this day and age, it's like, oh, just tell HR. So it's like because you did not respond to their advances or what you think was an advance. All right. So definitely lie, say that. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Judy, for becoming a member. I appreciate you. Sprinkle. Anyway. Yeah. So if you got a man and he's your child, and you want to switch things up because you've been doing what I say not to do, then stop nagging. Okay. You're under 21. It's going to be hard to find your provider. Sprinkle, because you can't go to the bar, you can't drink, you can't do a lot of stuff. Okay. So the best thing to do is find someone about 10 years older than you and just get them to pay for stuff, take you shopping and stuff. Things like that. And wherever you hang out, they're looking for girls like you. They go to where you are when you're young. Okay. But they're not going to be like the big time, guys that are going to be serious for you long term. They're just going to, do the least. But you can still get stuff out of them, like shopping sprees. You get a couple bills paid. Look for the old men who are trying to find y'all, because usually that's what they're going to do. If they're looking for young women, they're going to go where y'all go. And you just look for the old man in the crowd and go up to him, okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Wherever you normally go now to go up and hang out and stuff, look for the old man because they're looking for the young woman. Thoughts on dating a man who provides but has no education and also very ugly and short? I do have a high education, but he does not. Well, if he's providing and he's making more money than you, then the education part doesn't really matter. Now, does it? Unless you're going to eventually make more than him. And also, I don't know how old or young you are, but if this man is already old and he's got his life together, he's got money, and he didn't really need an education to get it, then great, wonderful for him. But at the same time, who cares? Talk to other people if you want intellectual, stimulating conversation. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle, get your money and talk to somebody else if he's stupid and dumb. All right. Okay. Wonderful. So yeah. Okay, so how to reverse the treating a man like a son because, I don't know, you are dating someone too close to your age. First of all, you need to make him man up and start giving him the responsibilities that he's supposed to be handling anyway. Like, instead of nagging him about something, just like, oh, you know what? You should pay this bill this month. You're a man now. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Tell him it turns you on or something, but you don't need to be continuously nagging him about stuff. Just like, oh, that's so cute. If he does stuff that you hate, like if y'all live together and he's leaving stuff everywhere, just like, can you afford to hire a maid? Because I'm tired of picking up all your stuff. And I think it would be cool to have a cleaning service. You know what I mean? Instead of saying, you need to pick up everything. You need to do this. You need to do that. You need to do that. Just ask him if he thinks that he should hire a cleaning service. Like, you know what, babe? You should hire a cleaning service. As much as you like to drop stuff around the house, I don't think you were meant to clean and pick up stuff. I think you need someone to do that. Like, I looked at the prices and it's only this much. Basically, you're saying, I'm not finna clean up after no grown everybody man. You don't like to clean up, so therefore you probably need a cleaning service. So here are some numbers. And that's a way to say, I'm not going to pick up your dirty socks or clean up after your nasty self. You know what I mean? So look at it also as an opportunity to hire some outside help, since he thinks, since especially if y'all live together and you're tired of being somebody's domestic help or their mother. I'm trying to help the pygmishas, some of y'all. The pygmishas are some of the most motherly types of women. That's why they can't let go of a dusty, because they literally have become their mothers. And that's why it's hard to let go sometimes of your ex-dusty, because you have more of a concern for him and his well-being, and if he's going to be okay, if he ate, if he's okay, if he's hungry, because like a mother. Okay, so this powder is the Gerard Cosmetics, and it's like the second link in the description bar. Y'all can get my whole little set. Comes with a powder, brush, lipstick, liner, and setting spray. But this is like a blur powder. Okay, so, or if you want to order it separately, just on a website, just by itself, just use my code SPRINKLE and get 20% off. All right, sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah, so y'all gotta stop babying these men. That's why y'all can't detach from them, because they're like your child. Okay, stop babying these men. You're supposed to be the one that's being looked after, the one that's being provided for, the one that's being treated, the one that's being spoiled, not the other way around. Okay, and y'all are messing up by doing too much and being upset and treating them like children and nagging them all the time. That's not your job. That's their mama's job. If they're that terrible of a guy, their mom needs to finish raising them, not you. Okay. So you just use your power of suggestion and you remember you are the prize, not the mother. You are the girlfriend, not the mother. You are the wife, not the mother. So stop talking like one and stop acting like one. If you have kids, be the mother to your kids, not your grown able-bodied man. Okay? Some of y'all need to hear that because y'all be doing too much. You can't watch this. You can't like that. You can't do this. Okay, mom. And they start calling y'all mom, y'all gonna get mad. Okay, mother. So, wake up, ladies. You may be young, but you acted old. Y'all might be young. Y'all might be cute. Y'all sound like somebody mama out there. Okay? And that's how them guys listen and hear you. Like just like a mother. Oh God, here she goes again. And then they go and do the opposite. So gotta stop. Use power of suggestion and hire outside help to do the stuff that you're nagging them about with their cards, with their money. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Because some of y'all will not learn until it's way too late. And then you cannot reverse how you treated someone for however long you treated them like a child. You can't reverse it. It's already, the damage is done. So for those are of you in new relationships, cut that out, y'all. Y'all aren't their moms. Y'all will never be their moms. Okay. Sure, I also dress classy and don't not look as young as 20 to attract older men, but they seem to like the decolletage and slutty clothes. What to do? That's because that's what they're looking for. When you're going through a midlife crisis as an old man and they only want one thing out of you, that's what they're looking for. Men that only want one thing from you, that's what they look for. So remember, also where you live and where you hang out is very, very important. They don't wear that stuff on certain sides of town. You know what I'm saying? If men come over to another side of town looking for slutty clothes, that's because that's what they're looking for. When you go over on the rich side of town, no one's wearing that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where the wives are. That's where the pampered girlfriends are. That's not where the slumming is. You know what I mean? You don't want to be someone's, unless you're not looking for long term and you're just looking for, instant whatever. But a lot of these guys, they already have a wife. And so they want something on the side that wears the stuff that their wife is not wearing when they drop their kids off to school and go get a latte. You know what I'm saying? So you have to also understand that. Like, what do they want you for? If you're young, they're not taking you seriously. You're not trying to get married at 22, 21. So get what you can get out of it, but remember, don't take them seriously. Just take their money seriously. Get what you need. But I'm telling you, if you're trying to look for long term, then you're gonna have to do the classy thing. You're gonna have to go and look elegant versus slutty. It may take you longer because you are young, and men know that you're not trying to do anything anytime soon seriously. Okay. And plus, men that have a lot of money, they got a lot of options too. So they're not going to approach you as fast as a Dusty would. Uh, It's it's quality over quantity sometimes, and you got to understand that. If you're used to being approached by every Dusty in the world when you put on a short dress, did you gain anything out of that financially? No. So you're not going to gain too much financially if you are playing the short game. You're playing the long game. You're going to start to dress classy as a lifestyle versus just trying to get men's attention. You're going to start dressing. You got to change your entire lifestyle in order to attract the type of life you want. So if it's not a lifestyle change, then it's not what you truly want. What you want is attention and validation. If you're young, you got time to work on that. Go hang out with your friends, go have fun. And then when you're ready to, get a man for his money, go on the rich side of town and dress classy. Okay. That's the formula. I've seen young girls, really pretty, looking like they were about y'all's age, like 19, 20. They put on their little cute tennis skirts or their little golf outfits, and they went to the golf club, or they went to the shooting range, or not shooting range, the driving range, or they went to places like that, got them some golf balls, started practicing, and all the men just swarmed around. Okay. I mean, you're young, you can go out and play sports in a cute little outfit and attract the old men because they love to teach. Okay. So you just got to know where you're going. I would rather be out in a short skirt, a little tennis skirt, or a little golf skirt, trying to pretend I know what I'm doing on the golf course or on the pickleball court or on the tennis court, and have some old man come trying to help me, than wearing some, body con, sitting at a bar in a club, turning my neck every time somebody walked through the door. There's a difference. Okay. So sprinkle. Don't wear the ratchet tennis skirts. Wear the official types of tennis skirts that they sell in sporting goods stores, not them ratchet ones they sell at the cheap store around the corner. Okay. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you, Hannah. Sprinkle. All right. Not the ratchet ones that I thought y'all knew better. Not the ones you can't actually play tennis in. Okay. Sprinkle. Anyway, what if you get asked about body count? Then you're with a Dusty, so you should get up and leave. Rich men don't ask stupid stuff like that. That's only Dusty talk, man. You with dust. Get up and excuse yourself from the dust. You know what? If you go to the rich side of town, you meet a rich man, you meet men with real money, they're never going to ask you that question. That's only dust that asks that question. Yeah. So I don't know. And if you are shopping for tennis skirts or golf skirts, go to the sporting goods store on the rich side of town. That's a whole nother experience. You're going to be in there with the guys also buying sporting equipment, clothing, golf clubs, tennis brackets, whatever. And in some of the nice ones, they have a golf simulator to where it's like AI golf. And they be playing in there too. Testing out the clubs. Okay. He says 300 and 500 every 2 weeks. Okay. He sends you 300 to 500 every 2 weeks for nails, feet pics. Always wants a text only. He's married. How to get him to send more and not just for the pics. Tell him you got a friend that also wants to get her toes done. And you'll send pictures of her feet too. But she wants to remain anonymous, so you can't have her number. Then go find some feet pics on Google and double that, ma'am. Sprinkle. You're 22, for a man with money to provide for me. I am secure my future, children's future. Is it realistic goal? I don't care how old he is. No, it's not an unrealistic goal. Actually, you probably have a really good chance, but you don't need to tell him you have kids straight off the bat. You need to wait for him to become a total provider to you first and foremost, before you even tell him you got kids. You know what I'm saying? So you know that he's not a weirdo. Then you spring it on him much, much later after he's fallen in love with you. Sprinkle. It's crazy how older rich providers you aim for only want me to be dumb young girl. They don't want a classy lady. I just act my age sign. Yeah, accurate. If you're already too young, that's what they expect you to be. Okay. They don't want nothing serious with you. So that's why you need a roster. So get several. All right. And then when you get to a certain age, they may take you more seriously. So that's why I tell y'all youngsters, get a roster. Old people need a roster too. Don't just date one. One may take you more seriously than the next. So may the best one win, baby, and collect all the money from them. Okay, you know which one like this, you know which one like that. One may like classy, one may like trashy. Who knows? Get in where you fit in, but have several. If you're just looking for one, then you're gonna have to like be patient. If you're gonna date and have a roster, then you know whatever you're attracting, as long as they're cooperating with your standards, wonderful. Some of them will objectify you because of your age and what you look like. Yeah, that's just what men are. So take advantage of it and get your money, and then do what you want later. Mm-hmm. Do what you want later. You said rich men don't care about body count. I've never heard one ask about it. Never. Not in my entire existence. They don't ask about stuff like that. That's broke men trying to bring you down a lot notch so they can be the next one on the list. Rich men already know you'll sleep with them if they give you everything you want. And they got other women that'll sleep with them. They don't need to ask you any of those things. You know what I'm saying? Told your no S what before marriage, a car and house in my name, and he wants to open a business for me. I got everything I want. Okay, King Yuri, sprinkle, sprinkle. I know that's right. Okay, keep them standards high, whatever they may be. Personalize the standards to whatever your situation is, and as long as you get what you want out of it, you win. Congratulations, I'm happy for you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You're 22, met a guy online who gave you $450 for your birthday. He want to add you to his direct deposit. He's in the military and doesn't know I want what I want. Or look, a girl, he's trying to get you to marry him eventually so he can get them the extra higher check. Just collect all the money you can, but stay single, man. Mm-hmm. Unless that's your best option. Oh shit, sprinkle, sprinkle. A 50-year-old man who is a company driver brag about money and car. He got offended to buy me sneakers and take me out. Is he dusty? Yeah, he's super dusty. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Next. Okay. He's one of those people that complain about the least. So you're always going to hear him complaining about money. That's why they brag about money, because they think that's what impresses you. They forgot they got to spend it on you, actually, for you to be impressed. Mm-hmm. Talking about money don't matter to women. Spending money is what matters to women. You can talk about it all you want. If you ain't spending, you ain't got it. Sprinkle. Okay. Yep. These men always want to brag about stuff, thinking that's going to impress you. That doesn't impress you unless they're spending it. Next. Okay. We're not falling for the ookie doke. You got to come correct. Okay. Anyway. I look funny, huh? So, and stop treating them like they're kids. If the next time somebody asks me about their child, I mean their man, doing something they asked them not to do, I'm just like, well, you're not his mom, so he does not have to listen to you. And he's probably rebelling on purpose because you acting like his mama. And what do kids do? Exactly. Stop treating them like children. Okay. Maybe they'll stop acting like kids if y'all stop treating them like kids. And if they don't man up, then go find one that's already manned up. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to spend your life being somebody's mother and you didn't give birth to them and they're supposed to be your man. Okay. If you got to nag and tell him what to do all the time and threaten him and all that kind of stuff like a mom, that's not your man. That's your son. Go find a man. Okay? Because y'all be holding on to these sons too long. That's supposed to be your man. And y'all get all attached to him emotionally. That's why when y'all break up with a Dusty, I can't let him go. That's because that was your son. Yeah, it was a man child. Like, that was your son. That's why you can't let him go. You didn't attach the umbilical cord to that fool and wonder why you can't let him go. You started doing more than you're supposed to do because you started treating him like your child. And that's what happens to pygmishas too. You emotionally invest in his well-being and all that kind of stuff. And he don't do none of that for you. And now you've created a mother-son bond with some dusty dude. And it'll make you look dumb. So next. And if you've seen those types of marriages where they stayed too long in that type of situation, the girlfriend literally starts looking like their mother. The wife literally starts looking like that man's mama. And that's why he goes out and finds another one, because he's literally living at home with his mama after a certain point. Okay? Because y'all are acting like their moms. That's why they go out to find something else most of the time. Because too many women are acting like these dudes' moms. If you make them man up and treat them like a grown, able-bodied man and don't tolerate certain things and stop nagging them all the time and telling them what they can and can't do, they might just feel like a man and not have to go search to feel like a man elsewhere. Because a lot of y'all are emasculating these men by treating them like your sons, by paying their bills. And you might think you're doing a good thing, but you're literally emasculating them by paying their bills, by going 50-50, by pitching in, by doing it's not that you're, doing anything like terrible, but you're emasculating them still by doing too much. Okay? So you can't do it. Because as soon as they feel like a man or want to feel like a man, they can't do it with you because you've paid their bills, you've rescued them, you've helped them out of a bind like their mother would. They can't flex in front of you because you know all their weaknesses like their mother does. Okay? You tell them what to do. You nag them. They can't tell you good news because you might get mad. You know what I'm saying? They can't open up to you as much emotionally because you'll get mad that they were even at the place that they were at when they want to tell you the thing that they found out or what they did. So you end up pushing these men away, emasculating them, and becoming their mothers, which is why they literally go out and looking for other women. A lot of married men are out in the bar acting single because they got mamas at home, and which they call in their wives or their girlfriends who nag and tell them what they can and can't do. What if the high-end restaurant staff or work sometimes rude to you while you're attracting a rich provider? Then don't talk to them. Act stuck up. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Why do you care if workers are rude to you? I think y'all care. Like, y'all are too much in y'all's emotions. I'm a customer. Become a Karen. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I don't know. Like, I don't really care if people are rude to me. I'd be rude to me too if I had to clock in and work at some restaurant. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. After dating for a while, I asked for money and he would give, but after a while, he said he feels like I'm his daughter asking for money. It's better than you being his mama. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It's like, thank you, daddy. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Say, no, I'm just your sugar baby. You're the sugar daddy. Thank you, daddy. Zaddy. That's what you're supposed to do. Say, well, it's better than you being my son. Sprinkle, sprinkle. There are more men out here looking for younger women than there are women out here looking for younger men. So the dynamic is not something strange. Look, I don't really care about what wait staff or managers or bartenders think about me. As long as they don't put nothing extra on my check, fine. Most of them liked me because I make them other men be spending money left and right. I get them to drink, spend, do shots. They all like me. Like a man approached, they'd be like, "What are you drinking?" I would name 2 drinks. Okay, not just one. I was greedy. A shot and a such and such. Oh, you trying to get lit. Yup. That's my drink. A shot and this. They go together. Bartenders like me because I will get people to spend, tip extra, get other people on tap. Order extra stuff. You dated 36-year-old guy online for 6 months. He sent gifts even though he lost his job. He said bye because he's broke and I'm clinging. Will he come back? Girl, he's too young. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I told y'all don't take money from the poor. Y'all don't ever hear me though. Why are you dealing with dust? That's what you get. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You deal with dust, you're gonna have dusty issues. There you go. Hopefully he don't come back, man. He ain't got no money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Let's hope he doesn't come back. Okay. You said that was rude. I know. Y'all do y'all have to grow a tough skin? Y'all too soft for this world. Y'all will never win. Okay, y'all over here crying and being sad over somebody giving you constructive advice to help you. What are you gonna do when somebody calls you something else in the real world? Cry. Better grow a tough skin and know your value. Understand who you are. You don't need to be putting up with no dust. Okay. People treat you how you treat yourself. They see you gonna put up with a broke dude, they're gonna think you're gonna put up with another broke dude. You get it? So stop doing it. You said these dusty staff are jealous of your beauty. Ill. Okay. Well, who cares? Do you really care what staff thinks? I really don't. They're there to do a job. Let them do their job. Go somewhere else. You know what I mean? When you don't care, it just makes everything so much better. Okay? Stop caring all that. Stop caring so much. We don't care. Nobody cares. I'm sure I'd be mad too if I was sitting there working and somebody was sitting in there chilling. Okay? That's the whole point, to stop clocking in. Okay. Do you want to be back there working with them so y'all can be besties? What's the problem? Sprinkle, sprinkle. I better figure out what y'all want and stop being confused. Okay. Not supposed to be besties with the staff. Most of the time, if the staff are men and you can make them more tips, at the bartender, they're gonna like you. Okay, isn't this cute, y'all? It's this little flower nose mermaid palette. Since I'm wearing my blues. Thank you, Kuan Yin. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It's a little iridescent glittery on the shadow. Okay, so if y'all are dating all these guys that y'all have to treat like children, let me tell y'all something. You need to have several men, and you need most of them need to be older, because a lot of the questions that y'all ask on my channel is because y'all's men are too young and you're trying to be their mom because you're too mature to date someone your own age. Women are more mature than men their own age. You don't know that. You're 22, a 37-year-old man asked you out. I said, I think about it to not seem too available. Should I say yes? They canceled due to a sudden or canceled due to ask him where y'all going first. See if he's even made a plan. It's like, well, if you take me out, what are we going to do? If he's painting a broke, dusty picture, don't go. If he's promising you all this and that, take you somewhere nice, then consider it, you know? But a 36-year-old, he can't impress women his own age. But if he has money, he'll try to impress you at least as to what you can be impressed by. So ask for the most. Go somewhere nice. Okay? Ask him where he gonna take you. I'm talking about a park and some ice cream. Hang it up. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. He's talking about drinks at a bar. Hang it up. You can get that on your own and get somebody to pay that tab just by sitting there looking cute. Okay. I'm serious. I don't need to be wasting time with guys that aren't about anything. Unless you're just trying to have fun and eat free food, then make sure you save their number under free food. And don't expect anything more. Free food is free food, baby. And some of these guys out here are getting mad because women are going on dates with them for free food. But if that's all you can offer, sir, at least she went and ate with you. Okay? Because some of these men men didn't want to use me for food. No, you just want to use them for company because you ain't got nobody to eat with. All right? So put him under free food if that's all he can do for you in the future. Get hungry, you know who to talk to. Okay? These men be out here crying, I don't want to date women. I don't want to pay on dates because all they want is free food. Because that's all you can do. You better be glad they at least let you buy them dinner. They're supposed to do tell you to pay their bills. Then you definitely gonna say no and can't afford it. At least they know you got dinner. At least they see you manly enough to pay for some food. These men over here get mad that a woman sees them manly enough to pay for food. Sir, what you want? You want her to pay to eat with you and you ugly? They don't go together. These people, like these guys, really just dumb. Their intelligence is very low. Well, all she wants is free food from me. She doesn't take me seriously. That's because nobody takes you seriously. Not even yourself. That's because you ain't got no money. You don't even take yourself seriously, sir. We supposed to take you seriously and want you more than for a plate of food. If you can't do nothing more than just a plate of food, come on. You better be glad she at least agreed to go eat in public with you. Okay, some of these dudes are just mad for the wrong reason because they're seeing things from the wrong perspective. If you're trying to date a woman out your league and mad because she only wants you for food, you should be happy somebody wants to eat with you that's out of your league. You should be celebrating. Girl, yes. These men out here, they don't even take your presence as a gift. Yes. It's true, though. It's funny. They be crying. That's why I don't pay on dates. Well, that's because, that's the one thing they thought you could do. And now you can't even do that. Dang. Goodbye, Dan Dusty. You have zero use for a woman now. A woman has zero use for you now. You took yourself off the dinner rotation. Dang, you finna be lonely, sir. It's hilarious. That's like talking about the loneliness epidemic because these men think women are using them for free food. No, sir. You're getting free company for paying for a woman's food. And now they're mad about that. So now they have zero company. Now they got to eat by themselves. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Don't let it happen. You said 50-50 on dates is a total scam for women. Exactly. If you're reaching on your purse on a date, you the ugly one. Okay. Means you paying to be seen in public with him. All right. That's what it mean, baby. I ain't doing it. I look too good to reach in my purse on a date with a grown able-bodied man. I'm not paying to eat with no man. Sorry. You said some women pay dates? Not over here. Not a lot of the women that I know do. Not the pretty ones. The ugly ones be paying. Pretty ones don't have to pay for nothing. It's called pretty privilege. So get in the mirror and make yourself look as good as you can so you don't have to pull out that wallet and be the pick-me-show on the date with a grown able-bodied man who looking at you like his mama. Okay? Yeah, no coffee dates either. What? What is that? He too cheap to afford a meal? You're not worth a meal? I'm not walking out my house for coffee unless I'm going through the drive-through by myself or with my kids. Okay. Mm-hmm. Thank you, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Y'all got a pickleball date? Wonderful. Well, good for you, ma'am. I'm so happy for you. Have fun playing. Get you a cute outfit. All right. Make sure he's spending money down. He said you don't pay on it even on his birthday. Good for you, ma'am. I mean, you can treat somebody on their birthday if y'all are in a relationship. Wonderful. Some men won't even let you pay for them on their own birthday. They'll just laugh at you and give you your little money back. See, once you get a man in the habit of paying for stuff, it feels wrong if you pay for it. It feels wrong to them. It feels wrong. So once you get them in the habit of paying, they're not gonna when they get in the habit of paying, they're not gonna want to ask you for anything. Okay? They're gonna feel weird asking you for anything. Why? Because they are so used to paying. They're gonna think it's weird. Where's my? You're gonna think it's weird if you pay. You know, they're gonna feel right to them in their body. Something's gonna feel off, so they're not gonna ask you to pay. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. Somebody said make up some cupcakes on his birthday. I'll just buy the cupcakes from the grocery store. $5. Not finna dirty up my kitchen. You said they don't even deserve cupcakes. You said marriage is outdated. Get 3 men or 3 friends. Or whichever one is more financially lucrative to you, ma'am, that's what you do. Okay. Being broke is outdated. Get some money. Yes. For some women, marriage equals money. For some women, it doesn't. So get in where you fit in. Get in where you fit in. You can get more married. If you can get more money unmarried than you can married, then you know what you got to do. If you can get more money married than you can single, then you know what you got to do. Everybody's different. Okay. Everybody different. Don't nobody have the same exact life. So they have to do things kind of tapered to what's best for them, especially financially for women. You know. Thank you, Victoria. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Appreciate you. Powdering. Y'all. But let me tell you what y'all need to get. Okay. You go out to freestyle and you're trying to look cute. You're looking good and you're sitting down somewhere or you're walking around somewhere. And you have this on. This is going to lure them in and make them feel like that they're falling in love with you. Even if you just have one conversation, there's just gonna be something about you that they can't put their finger on. This is Press Him by Ho Cosmetics. These are pheromones. This is not a perfume, it's a pheromone. It's a bottle. Look how pretty the bottle is. Okay, so this ain't perfume. It doesn't really smell like a fragrance. It smells like more fresh air, but the pheromones are in there and you can pair this with any perfume or whatever. So if you before you go out and freestyle on the rich side of town, don't wear this on the broke side of town because you're going to attract dust. Wear Press Him. And this is a vasopressin concentrate. That's what this is. This is what makes them feel like they're falling in love with you. You know, you release this pheromone when you are ovulating, you know, like 1 or 2 days a month, but this is like having it every day at the tip of your fingers. So when men are highly attracted to you, they feel like they're falling in love with you. They feel like they're going to fall for you because you're ovulating. This is what this does. So you can have that ovulation attraction air day if you want it. Okay, and look at the pretty bottle. It comes in this cute little box. Like that. And if y'all use my code SheRa, you can definitely get your discount. I'm gonna paste the link, and it's also pinned at the top, and it's also in the description bar if you scroll down a little bit. But it's at hocosmetics.com, and these are pheromones. Use my code SheRa, and you could definitely save on that. If you don't want that, if you just want people to be talkative and friendly to you, and you're not looking for anybody to fall, you know, head over heels for you, definitely pick up Liquid Finesse. This just makes people more nice to you, makes you able to get your way better. It makes people more talkative to you. You can use this on everybody. It works on coworkers, it works on friends, it works on family, it works on men, it works on everybody. So the Liquid Finesse is what you want just for general purposes. But if you want him to fall in love, get Press Him. They have different sizes. And if you're unsure of what to get, there's a quiz on there on the website that will tell you what's best for you. Or you can order samples and get a little sample and test it out for yourself. They sell sample batches as well. And they sell smaller sizes as well. So yeah, everyone can afford. Just choose the correct size. If you want to test it out, definitely get a little sample size of it. But if you already know, because you already gotten a smaller size or a sample previously, then this is nice because you know it works. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. What if you're no longer ovulating? It's gonna make them think you are, baby. This is gonna give you that ovulation attraction, even if you're not ovulating. Even if you're not ovulating no more, period. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So, yes. Okay. You're 40 plus, been loyal for 6 years, but he cheated. He is a semi-provider. Is it too late for me to start your roster? It's never too late to start a roster, baby. As long as you look good, you can start a roster today. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Get up, get dressed, and go out. Only thing to stop you is you. All right. Oh, and they sent me a little cute sticker. That's so cute. So definitely get the pheromones. They help a lot. I'm serious. Like, I don't really promote certain products, if I'm not 100% sure of them, I'm 100% sure of this stuff because I've definitely seen it work with me. Okay. Wear it on the rich side of town though. Don't spray it on before you leave your house unless you live on the rich side of town. Take it with you. Get the little travel size, get the big size. I don't care. But spray it when you're in the vicinity of the person that you want it to work on. Okay? Or the people you want it to work on. Don't spray it before you leave your house if you got to pass through some dust. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. They also have pheromones if you're a straight man to attract women. They also have pheromones to also attract women. There's just go take the quiz on the website. I'm going to link it again and read through all their stuff that they offer and get what's right for you. Okay. You become a pet sitter to meet rich men and you pretend the dog is mine for future fake vet bills and boarding. Okay, baby, you got it down. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, you're thinking like me now. All right. This is wonderful. And yes, I know. A long time ago, one of my mom's businesses, because my mom's also an entrepreneur, she was like dog groomer and boarder. She had like a couple of businesses and locations to like rich people, the elite, some of the famous people. And some of her employees would get to go and pet sit or check on the pets at these people's houses when they go out of town. And so, like, yes, that's a really good business to start and a really great way to meet men with money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to link the website again, Ho Cosmetics. It's called Press Him. And if you just want something general to attract people and get them to be more talkative and open to you and easy to finesse, then get Liquid Finesse. They have different sizes. I have the big giant sizes, but they have small sizes, travel sizes, sample sizes. So get what's in your budget, test it out. If you want to try the samples, then you're going to want to order the big one. I promise you. All right. It definitely works. It works for me every time I use it. So sprinkle, sprinkle. But remember, you got to also look good. People are going to be confused as to why they're falling in love with who did it and why. If you don't look the part, they're just going to think something's wrong with them, or they just need to go to the bathroom real quick and handle some business. You know what I mean? So you got to also look good. Can't look trashy because people are going to think that they're confused. So got to look good with it. Sheila, what do you think of a man who buys himself flowers out of nowhere? I don't know, ma'am. I don't know. Did you see him buy the flowers, or did somebody did Misha give it to him, or are they for another woman? Okay. If they live in a nice house and flowers are a thing, because a lot of people like fresh flowers in their house. You know what I mean? But if he's not that type of person to like fresh flowers in the house, then I'd be suspicious. Because some people buy flowers every week. Okay. Sprinkle. Somebody said he gay. Okay. Well, whatever. That's not a normal thing that he does. Then it's abnormal. Figure it out. Do some investigating. I don't know. Hi, y'all. But definitely don't become their sons asking them 1,000 questions. Why do you have this? Or why do you have that? Usually, if you don't ask, they'll literally just tell you everything you need to know because they're going to know that you're thinking about certain things. And instead of you having to nag or ask, if you just look around and look at certain things, they'll automatically start talking about whatever it is you're getting ready to ask or nag about because they know the question is in your mind. So let them talk first. I would always. Mm-hmm. Most of y'all's problems can literally be solved by looking really good. Just look your best, and the world is going to cater to you. I know a lot of y'all don't realize this, but it is the truth. That's why the beauty industry is one of the top earning industries, because people put and place a lot of value on people that look good or just improving their looks, you know? So you gotta look good. There's no way around it. You gotta look attractive, because that's men are visual creatures. And they always have been, they always will be. Okay? Men are visual creatures. So get in that mirror, get that makeup, and get it together. And let me tell y'all something. Some of y'all women who don't value themselves or make themselves look pretty and expect to get a man, let me tell you something. You could have a man and still look like who did it and why. But don't walk around complaining when they're looking at other women. Don't walk around complaining when they're looking at everything else and won't take you out nowhere because you look bad. Don't do it. Don't fix your mouth. If you can't fix your face to look good and you can't fix your hair to look good, don't fix your mouth to be mad. Okay? Some of these guys, they'll wife you. They'll hire a maid, but they may not pay your bills. You're just gonna be working for free. While you're at home cooking, they might be at happy hour buying some other chicks drinks. You don't know. You gotta look good. You gotta look too good. You gotta look too good for them. If you look better than them, they're gonna treat you better. Okay? Y'all be getting too comfortable. And that's not how it's supposed to be. You're always supposed to stay out of their league, no matter what. So that they fear losing you if they mess up. If you at home looking like who did it and why in a bonnet, and they think, oh, she's cooking dinner, I'll be home about 7, but they get off at 4 or 5 and they go hang out at the bar, and then they go home. I already probably ate and barely touched the food you made or whatever. You know what? That's because you let them do that, because you don't look good enough to be out doing what you do. Okay, think about it. Mm-hmm. You said what? You work for an old man. How can you get more out of him than just a paycheck? Ask him. Girl, what he gonna do? Say no? He'll either say yes or no. Let's ask. Do something nice for him. Talk to him. Act like you care about what he's talking about, and then ask him for something. Mhm. Okay. You say you don't need a special occasion to wear a pretty dress. No, you don't. All you need is the pretty dress and somewhere to be and somewhere to go, even if it's just to the CVS. They don't know where you're going or coming, or you might get a call while you're driving and say, "Hey, y'all want to meet at happy hour?" And then you're already dressed. Sure. You don't have to say, "No, I got to go home and change." You say, "Sure." Or you can be the one to start the happy hour. It's like, "Hey, girl, I'm out and about. You want to meet for a drink?" Sure. So always be dressed like you got something to do, somewhere to be. Because you might find somewhere to be very soon. Or you make somewhere to be. You say you went to the farmer's market in a dress and heels just to buy veggies and you stopped traffic. I know that's right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Um, You said your boyfriend cheated on you. You live with him and you ain't got nowhere to go. Where's your other man? Should have been. You should have another one to go to. You always need a backup. He had a backup. You didn't have one. See what happens when you don't have a backup plan or a backup man? This. So I teach y'all, have a backup. You should have been called the other one and been gone. Or you need to make that current boyfriend pay for something or give you some money to put in your savings account. So maybe you can eventually save to leave. You know what I'm saying? If men can cheat on you and you don't expect anything out of them in return, or if you don't have another one, they're going to do it because you're in a vulnerable position and you put yourself there, you know? Stop putting yourselves in vulnerable positions. Put yourself in a position of power and you won't have to worry because you'll have their money, your money, and somebody else's money. All right? You don't need to stop being faithful to men that don't even like you. You need to stop being faithful to men that leave you in a vulnerable position. That man didn't like you if you have nowhere else to go, no money in your savings account, you living with a grown able-bodied man, he ain't giving you no money every month to put in your bank account. Like, he don't even like you. You're just a placeholder. And some men cheat just so that you understand your place. And you understand that the power dynamic that you have now. But if you had another man, you'd have a little bit of extra power and a little bit of extra money and a little bit of extra whatever you want in your bank account to do what you want to do and maybe another place to go. You know what I'm saying? Without having to look back, have a roster, keep a roster. Can't be faithful to a man that will not set you up financially. Sorry. I don't care how young they are. That's even more reason to have another one on the side. Okay? I wouldn't be living with no man if I couldn't move out at any time anyway. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You need a man to spend, what? $3K monthly on you, but you can only get a few different guys who give you like $100. Then you need to level up your looks and go to the rich side of town. Think big, not small. Okay? You need to go to where the boats, the yachts. You need to go to the golf courses, the pickleball courts. You need to go to the hospitals. You need to do that one young lady did earlier, become a dog walker to the rich. You need to do something. You need to take action if you want the type of lifestyle you're looking for. You can't just do this part-time. It has to be like for real, for real. Women set their tone in a relationship. What we allow will continue, level up, and they will either grow up or make room for the next one. Learn a lot from you. Glowing up is just a few weeks of finding you. Oh, you glowed up. Okay, goddess. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, ma'am. That's true. Men know what they're doing. They sure do. And women think they don't, because the women literally always takes the stupid motherly role and thinks that the guy is not playing them when they really are. Okay, thank you. 28 met in college 5 years ago. You outgrew him. He proposed last year, no date. This year I said, I'm done. I glowed up, made money, get asked if I'm a model. He's great, but I want more. Yep, time to move on. Leave them dudes in the past. You're graduate from them. Go get you a man with some money already. You can't be waiting on him. He's going to drag you down. You could get a lot further in life if you don't let men drag you down. If he can't do it today, it's going to be a long time before he can do it. Okay? It's easy for women to level up fast, especially because we're more mature. We understand things. We can multitask, and we go get somebody with some money to add to ours. Okay? So y'all need to start thinking like that. Don't let these dudes hold you back. Okay? That was your college man. Now it's over. Go find your life man. Have fun. Okay? All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you. You said too pretty to be with a loser. Exactly. Why are y'all with these losers? Y'all don't owe them a thing. Okay? You don't owe them a thing. Just because you've been with them for this long don't mean nothing. Okay? A man will string a woman along for 20 years and never propose. You don't owe these men nothing. You already gave them your time. That's enough. Next, if they can't do what you need them to do, you'll never be happy. You'll always wish you would have chose something different. So don't even settle. Or you'll eventually, like, regret it and end up cheating or something. Or they will, because you don't see them as a man. See, women always say, well, not all men cheat. Wait till you emasculate them and make them feel like less than. They might go cheat. Okay. Maybe you haven't gotten sick and tired of being sick and tired and emasculated them to the point to the only way that they can feel like a man again is they dating somebody that don't know their true character. Like Pick Misha. Some of y'all are like in denial about it because y'all don't understand that men don't care. You said how not to emasculate a man. Make them think everything's their idea. Use the power of suggestion. Play dumb and have several on the side for when they're acting stupid and not doing what you need them to do. Somebody else can fill in for them. Okay. Sometimes you need a team. You know why? Because one player ain't enough sometimes. All right. Sometimes you just need a team because one can't pull it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Pink. Appreciate that. Think about this. If you were nagging somebody to do something for you and they weren't going to do it or they're not doing it, and somebody else just did what you needed that other one to do the same day, you're not going to care as much about the one that's not doing anything for you. Okay, you're going to be like, okay, well, I see how they feel about me. They don't care enough what this other one do, so may the best man win. It also keeps men from taking you for granted as much because you don't really need them because you got other ones. They won't treat you, and they'll come through faster. And if they know that you only respond to action, okay. So if you ask one for something and they say no or I'll see about it, you're already on to the next thing, doing what you got to do. Now you don't even need the thing anymore, but you'll take the money. They're gonna be like, dang, I can't even be the hero in my own time. I better get on top of things. I better be able to do things when she asks because I'm not impressing her anymore. Okay. How do you move on from a provider type guy who got you emotionally attached, made future plans, then ghosted me right before my birthday? He was attractive, rich, and well known. Man, okay, so you believed his lies. Wonderful. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If provider type is not provider, honestly. If they were providing, paying him bills, I don't know if they were. I don't know how long you've been dating him. But you shouldn't be emotionally attached to any man unless he's taking you out of the workforce and paid up all your bills and debts. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. Don't get emotionally attached to ideas. Get attached to actions, money, providing when he was providing for you. Okay, you can't get emotionally attached to fake promises. Men that have money can promise you the world and never even have to deliver it to you because you think they got it and that if they like you just enough, they'll give it to you. They don't like you enough if they're not giving you it right now. You see? I don't believe nothing nobody say until it's in my head. Understand? I need to see it, touch it. I need to see that it's real. I don't respond to coulda, shoulda, woulda, doodle. I don't care. None of that stuff is interesting to me. Okay? Don't chase a dream. Live the dream. Okay? Once you are in it, once you get in what you want, that's when you act impressed. That's when you treat them nice. How do you not feel bad for having multiple men providing for you while taking someone seriously? I'm so empathetic and I hate it. Okay, well, men don't feel the same thing about you. And you're going to waste a lot of years and a lot of time trying to be the nice person and be empathetic towards men that could care less about you. So go ahead and do that. Or you can get you an emotional support pet and look at yourself as scoping out the best option and use your brain instead of your emotions. Okay? Sprinkle. If you use your brain instead of your emotions, you're going to pick what's best for you financially, logically, and what makes sense. If you're going to go by your emotions, you're going to be fooled because emotions are not 100%. They change. Okay? One day you can feel this way, the next day you won't feel that way at all. So it's unsteady and unwise to base things based on emotion. You need to base them on what's real, what's tangible, what's going to be great for your future generations, and not for today. Not just for today. Okay? If you feel bad for interviewing several people as an employer, may the best employer or may the best person for the job win. That's all it is. You telling me you're going to stick with something that's not working, that's not beneficial to you, just because you feel empathy? I don't care. We need to start thinking better, ladies. Y'all keep falling for the okie doke because you care too much about people that don't care about you. That's your downfall. Okay? I can do it because I'm smart. And I think with logic instead of emotion, because emotions change. All right? You know how people change their mind? They change their way they feel. You can put in all the work you want. You can be as faithful as you want. As soon as somebody changes their mind about you, it didn't matter. And none of that stuff matters. Okay? So make sure if somebody changes their mind about you or you change your mind about them, you're set financially. You have everything you want and you didn't give more than you received in that relationship. Make sure that's the case. That's all I can tell you. Okay? Y'all are focusing too much on the wrong stuff that's not tangible. Okay? Save that for them pets and them kids. All right. Sprinkle. You see how to ensure safety when going to a hotel room with the man. Know him long enough. Make sure all your bills have been paid. Actually known him for long enough to actually be involved with him. Like he should be investing in you for long term. It should be months before you head up to the hotel with some dude. You know what I mean? Like all your bills need to be paid off. You don't need to be heading up to the hotel room with no man unless you know who he is. If you're fearing this man, if he hasn't paid every bill, if he doesn't know, things about you, if he hasn't met some of your friends, or if he hasn't taken you out of the workforce or bought you expensive gifts or jewelry or stuff, why are you even going to the hotel room with him? Know what I'm saying? You about to never see him again. Understand what I'm telling y'all? I'll be doing too much. Okay. Don't do it. If you just gotta go up to the hotel with this man, you got a phone, you have a location, you got friends, you got people that you can tell what you're doing. Don't you? You got tasers and stuff, right? All right. Yeah, public dates only. If you're going up to dudes' hotels room, they're not going to really respect you if it's very soon. Okay, sprinkle. Thank you, Kristen. Sprinkle. Thank you for all you do. Thank you. Appreciate you, Kristen. Someone said pepper spray. You said you had an argument with your boyfriend and he left the house for 3 hours ago saying that I shouldn't expect him to come. Girl, men start arguments with you so they can get out the house, and y'all fall for it every time. If I was a man and I wanted to get out the house, I'd start an argument with you too, because I know how to emotionally trigger you. Sprinkle. When they try to start arguments, ignore them and start asking them for money. I saw you online clicking on this. I do that. I did it. Mom. Sound like his mama. You're going to argue with him until he has the perfect escape to go cheat, the perfect escape to go out with his friends. You did that by reacting emotionally and started arguing back with him, because it wouldn't have been no argument with me. I already know what you trying to get out the house. It ain't gonna work. See, this old women know this stuff. Young women just get triggered and overreact and flip the handle and be like, oh, he left. Duh, that's what he was trying to do in the first place. Girl, you need to get dressed and go too. Go wherever you need to go and have fun too. Get up and get dressed and go hang out. Because if he can trigger you emotionally, he can control you and get away with it because you don't understand what's happening. That's the oldest trick in the book. Exactly. They'll start doing stuff the day before to get you mad. They'll start leaving stuff around, doing stuff you ask them not to do, doing stuff that they know bug you. So you just go off the handle and let them be like, go start an argument so they can get mad at you and leave so they can go do what they really want. Okay? So don't be emotionally triggered. Just like, well, we'll talk about that later. I'm not feeling well. I'm going to go watch TV. We'll discuss it later. I'm really not in the mood to talk about it right now. Tell him that. Don't let him get you, girl. Got you, didn't he? He got you. Now he's out doing what he wanted to do. You should go out too. Sprinkle. I would. I'm like, I'd be starting an argument for the same reason. So he could go out and you could do what you want. Get dressed, drink some champagne, put the music up high. Go have fun. Yeah. Don't let him hold you back either. Okay. Uh-oh, Sienna, sprinkle, or Sierra. He spent $4K in 2 months on gifts. He said that he would help me quit my job, $3K a month, but no funds because he wants me to come to his house and talk more, cut him off. You need to get a little bit more out of him because 2 months, 4K, 2,000 a month. How much is that a week? You know what I'm saying? Does he really have money like that for you? Tell him, look, I can't quit my job and I can't come to your house unless I know you got this kind of money for real. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, give me like 2 months worth of salary and I'll know you're serious, because you can't even get a place to live, or you can't even do this unless, you can't even apply for certain things unless your check is way more than your expenses. So make sure he got the money, ma'am. These companies out here do that. Why don't you need to do? Women need to start doing the same thing before they start going over people's houses and believe in them. Make sure they got the money to do what they say that they can do. Okay. Thank you, I Heart Caroline, for the super sticker. Appreciate you. Thank you, EP. EP says, how did you find someone to pay for divorce? Girl, you got to go find a man that likes you way more and will do anything to have you, ma'am. Sprinkle. Find you an old geezer. They'll do it. Just cry and tell them what you need. All right. Sprinkle. You got to be old, though. Old. Okay. What was I saying? Oh, I was getting my calculator out to calculate 2 months. So 2 months is like what, 60 days? Let's see, at 4K, 4,000 divided by 60. You got $66 a day. Let me do that again, just in case. 4,000 divided by 60 days. Actually, that's $66 a day that you got, man. Make sure he got real money. That's not enough. Sprinkle. Okay. I know, like, sometimes when I pull out that calculator and show y'all the real value of what a man has contributed to you, I spend more than that on DoorDash every day. I'm embarrassed to say that. But come on now. You got to do better. He has to prove he has way more money than that. So ask him for way more. It's like, you know what? I really appreciate that you want me to quit my job, but in order for me to do that, I need a savings of this much money. So If you put that in my account, I'll definitely consider that. And then we can see about, visits. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Um, and never move into no man's house unless you got money to move out at any time. Okay. And if you quit your job and move into a grown able-bodied man's house and you don't have no money in your account, he's got you in a vulnerable position. You see what I'm saying? And he could stop giving you money at any time and telling you to do this and do that. So make sure he got real money to give you prior to any of that stuff. Or even just to visit him. He's going to probably try to roll around with you on the mattress and then laugh at you for believing his lies. So get the money first, always in your bank account, 3 to 2 months ahead of all your bills paid or whatever your salary is to your real job. Don't believe these men. They be out here lying and thinking y'all are so stupid to believe them. Mm-hmm. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said the key is to take his and build yours. Yes, ma'am, Carrie. Kareen, that's right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Get that mentality. Definitely. Because these guys will tell you whatever you need to hear to get what they want out of you. But in the meantime, you could be getting more out of them if you're smart. Okay. Okay. Definitely can get more if you're smart. Mm-hmm. Put a little blue on my eyes. Blue. I got on this blue shirt. I'm feeling creative today. You live in a tiny town with no rich side, no richies, no job. You don't want to work, living off dad's money, but I'm dying to leave. How do I escape? Save your money or whatever you can save and then move. Like, y'all know the answer to this question. Move. There ain't nothing there for you. So why are you asking on how to do what you got to do there when there's nothing there for you? Figure out how to save your money. Sell. I don't know if you had a car, sell stuff on Poshmark. I don't know, but get your money up, get your little side hustle, get your money up, and then move somewhere where you know that there's people or there's a town that has more to offer. You know what I mean? Sprinkle, sprinkle. So you gotta make the first move if you live somewhere like that. There's nothing that I could do or tell you, but just to get out. Okay. Maybe you could find a roommate that lives in a nice city and you could split bills until you find you a man. I don't know. Or until you find you a job or whatever. But you need to make plans to move if there's nothing there for you. Okay. Do you encourage to finish school if you put up focus on business? I encourage you to get money. Whichever way you can get money, get it. Some women use a shortcut. Some women get men to pay for school. I encourage women to get money. If you can't get money from a man to pay for your school and somebody else is already paying for it, go to school, man. Some women don't even use their degrees after they get married because they haven't hit the jackpot, or they could start a business because they could stay home and or they can raise their own kids. It just depends on what you want in life. Some of y'all don't even think about the type of careers that you're going into. You might not even be able to raise your own kids with the type of career that you choose. So be cautious of that before you choose what you're going to go to school for, as well. Because some of these ladies are taking jobs that does not cater to being a parent. And y'all don't think about that when y'all are 17, 18, picking out your classes or your career path. Y'all don't think about when you become a mother, or if you want to become a mother. Are you going to be at home at night for your kids? Are you going to be able to go to their school functions? Are you going to be able to raise them? So also think about that if you're going to be a mother, or you plan on being a mother. Mm-hmm. So do better when you make decisions about your schooling, because if your career doesn't allow you to be what you want to be in the future, rethink a lot of stuff. Okay. Thank you. The career path that I actually chose as a young lady would never work for me as a mother. You know what I mean? So I was fortunate enough to be married and stuff, so I wouldn't have to do any of those career choices that I went to school for, that I have degrees in. It wouldn't have allowed me to be with my children. It wouldn't have allowed me to properly raise them, because I wasn't thinking about having kids when I was thinking about career. So I'm glad that I got married and was able to be a stay-at-home mom and raise my kids without having to work. Because even though I'm smart and I have 2 degrees and whatever, and a career, 2 careers, I wasn't able to raise my own kids with those types of careers. So I never really used them. I just was a stay-at-home mom. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. You always get your degrees regardless in case you need to get out of a bad relationship. Yeah. Like now that I'm old and my kids are grown, I could always go back to doing what I did before, but I wouldn't want to because I make way more money now. But just by starting a business or whatever, or doing what I love to do in my free time, using his money. So the funny thing about it is when you get older, if you're smart already, you can figure out how to make money without clocking in or going anywhere. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Like any of the careers that I chose or went to school for, make way more money now than any of those careers would combined. And yeah, if I wouldn't have gotten married and had kids and been sitting around the house being bored trying to help other women, I would never be where I am today. Yeah. I'm just saying it can work either way. It just all depends on what you want, what your passion is. And especially like as a woman, since I cared a lot about my kids and I did not want to throw them in no daycare. And plus, I wouldn't have got married if I had to work anyway, y'all. So it wouldn't even been no kids. I was a stay-at-home girlfriend for many years. I quit my job as soon as we met. I was done. I didn't even really have a job. I was literally volunteering in order to secure a future position at the job. When I met my husband, I was like, I'm not getting ready to work if I'm a girlfriend to some older guy. That doesn't even make sense. So I was a stay-at-home girlfriend and a stay-at-home wife. How to flirt with old men. Just give them eye contact and smile. They'll come over if they like you. Okay? If they like you, they'll come on over. All you need is an eye contact and a smile, or just look real good, and they got to have high confidence if you don't smile at them. They'll approach you. Old men approach women that they want to talk to very boldly. Okay? If they don't want to talk to you, they don't want to talk to you. All right. You gotta be their speed. They have to be able to see themselves with you. If you're doing too much, if you're too trendy, if you're too something, they may not think y'all are a good fit. So you gotta be looking like you can translate into their lifestyle. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So if they can translate, or you can translate into their lifestyle or transition into their lifestyle, they're more likely to approach you if they think you're compatible and can fit into their lifestyle. Like, there's this one person that I know, and she's dating an older man, and he's falling for her, and she's very young. Like, she's young. She get that money though. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And she dresses classy and, translates well into someone's life. Probably that's older. He said, but if they're ugly, how to not embarrass yourself? Girl, you embarrass yourself when you clock in and you pretty. That's embarrassing. There's nothing embarrassing about letting the old man provide for you versus clocking in and talking about, can I take your order? That's more embarrassing. Or, I'm sorry I'm late, and can I use the bathroom, boss? Where is your dignity? Old man, thanks, babe, for paying for everything. Thanks for this car. Thanks for this house. Thanks for this boat. Appreciate you. Is that embarrassing to you? When you are seen out with an old man, they already know you don't work. They already know you got a nice car. They already know you got a nice house. They already know that old man is spoiling you. What's embarrassing about that? You had 3 marriages in the past. You don't want to tell your provider boyfriend that he wants to marry you. He is also divorced. Should I hide? He's not going to care. Is he going to go do research on you to see if you were ever married? Men don't do that kind of stuff. They don't care. Don't tell him. It's like, I didn't think it mattered. The past is the past. Just don't tell him, girl. He ain't going to care. All right. Nobody cares. There are no children from the marriages. It's like it didn't even happen. They ain't got no ties to it. So what's the point? Why would you tell them? There's nothing to tell. All right. There's nothing to tell if you ain't got no kids from the marriages. It's like they didn't even exist. Okay. Said, thanks. You're welcome. Don't tell people your business. None of their business. So, yeah. Dating older men will definitely keep you from acting like somebody's mama, because it's hard to be somebody's mama that is old. Okay. So you're never going to take on the role of mother to an old man. It's just going to be impossible. You will always be the younger one. You will always be the one that they will provide for, because they're not going to be sitting over here being super old asking you for nothing. They don't look right. Okay. So, how to focus on goal and winning your man, not emotions. Winning your man, you don't win a man. The man wins you, darling. And you're with the wrong man if you got to win him. Supposed to be trying to win you, impress you, do things for you. You can't win a man. They got to win you. You're the prize. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So, okay. If you have more feelings about this man than they have about you, that's the wrong man. They're supposed to like you way more. You're not supposed to be struggling emotionally in no relationship with no man. They're supposed to like you way more and do way more for you. Otherwise, you're the one chasing. You are the one that's doing the most, and you're going to always be doing the most. You're always going to be chasing that man because he don't like you. All right. So you got to find one that actually likes you, that wants to chase you, that wants to impress you, that wants to do for you. You don't win a man, they win you. If you're trying to win a man, you're the pygmisha. And you're the masculine one. And you're chasing someone. The man's supposed to chase the woman. You can like a man all you want, but if he don't like you, move on. Because that's the worst type of relationship to ever get into. When you got to chase the man and you got to do all the work and you got to be emotionally, upset because you trying to win some man, they don't like you. And it's harsh, but you'll figure it out later by the way he starts treating you, if he does agree to allow you to fool yourself for however long you getting ready to fool yourself by being with him. Okay? That man don't like you, girl. You can't win a man. They got to win you. If I was ever competing for some man, they don't even go together. Level up your look so you don't have to compete for a man and they have to compete for you. Okay? Level up your looks so you don't never have to win a man. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. Young women need to hear this. Just because you like somebody does not mean they're for you. They got to like you way more. Because in the future, that balance is going to, they don't even like you now. Can you imagine the balance of that relationship in the future? Ew. He's not going to like you anymore. He's going to start liking you way less. A man, if he don't like you a whole lot in the beginning, it's only going to go downhill from there. He's not going to like you any more than he likes you in the beginning. In fact, he can like you 1,000,000 times more in the beginning. After he gets with you, it's never going to increase. It's always going to go down or stay the same. So if you're trying to get with a man and he doesn't even really like you in the beginning, if he ain't chasing, if he ain't doing the most, if he's not trying to impress you, it's only going to go downhill from there and you're going to regret it. So only get with men who treat you way better, like you way more, and are doing way more for you in the beginning and like you times 10 or more. Because I promise you, y'all going to regret it if y'all keep chasing after men, trying to win them, trying to keep them. It's supposed to be the other way around. They're supposed to be trying to win you and keep you, impress you. Y'all are doing everything wrong. Come on. Have some self-esteem. And I know some of y'all are like, well, if I can't have the man I want, then this is terrible. Well, the man you want don't want you. So what does that tell you? That means you got to get on a higher level if you want that man to want you. Your broke Dusty once told me men are the adored. Okay, that's because there's so many pick-me-ishes out here, especially young women. Young women need to understand this. Just because you like them does not mean they like you or they should like you. You got to level. Men like women out of their league. Let me repeat that. Men like women out of their league. So get out of their league if you want them. And you won't even want them no more. You're going to want money then. Okay. New guy. He's in his 50s, gave you $3,000 cash, didn't have to see him. He gave it to the mutual friend to give to me. What do I do with it? Save it. Don't spend it, man. Save it. Put it in your savings account, and then maybe later on, you'll figure out what to do with it. Keep it. Okay, you might need it sooner or later. You might want to start a business. You might want to invest in something. Keep it. Stop spending everything somebody gives you. Unless you have an emergency situation that you need that money for, keep it. If you have 2 or 3 guys giving you $3,000 here, $1,000 there, your savings account is going to be really nice very soon. So collect it, keep it, stack it, man. Unless you have a great business idea, it doesn't cost a lot of money to start up. Maybe you want to start a little online store, online, get you some inventory, and start your own business. I don't know, but don't spend it on something stupid that's not going to increase in value. I know that. I know you don't do that. Okay. It ain't enough to buy no Chanel purse. Unless you're going to buy it used somewhere. So keep it and invest it later or start a business later or put it towards something that's going to increase in value in the future. All right. If you want to spend a little bit of it, you can. Just, spend a little bit, buy yourself a little nice gift and then save the rest. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And you're going to see your money start growing. Like, there's nothing better than wanting more money than seeing the money in your account already. And nothing pushes you to go get more from somebody else or the same dude If he didn't gave you some already and you watching it stack and grow, especially if you're going to invest it or start a business, you're like, okay, that's a stream of income right there. Let me get this money. Okay. And it's hard to treat a man a certain way when he's giving you a lot of money. Okay. It's hard to emasculate him and treat him like your son if he's the one giving you money like he's your sugar daddy. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Only women treat boys like sons. And that's why Pickmisha's always mad at her Dusty. Because that's her literal son. And that's why these Pickmisha's always forgive their Dusty, because they're their maternal mother figure to them. That's not their man, that's their son. And it's pretty sad. Especially if they have kids and the son is watching how you treat the dad, he's gonna be sorry just like it. He's gonna think women are supposed to do all that stuff. It's not gonna work. How do you put trust back after he knew another date? What? How do you get trust back? Okay. You're not supposed to trust each other. Trust is earned. And if you're not smart enough to date without getting caught, you shouldn't do it. If you're not smart enough to have a roster and date several at the same time, you don't need to do it until you are. You need to write out a plan to stay 3 steps ahead. If you're not smart enough to do that, don't even bother cheating, because you're going to get caught. Okay. And if somebody doesn't trust you, they're less likely to do things for you. Okay. So if you're not smart, don't even try to cheat. If your IQ is low, don't even try to cheat. If you're not 3-4 steps ahead, don't even try it, because you're not going to do a good job at it and you're going to get caught and you're going to look stupid. So actually be smart about that before you even try to do it. Go on the other side of town, have a whole different name, switch your wig up, have a different phone, have a gym membership on the other side of town so you can go and change there. Do something smart. You got to be smart if you're going to do these things. Men probably know all of this because they probably be doing it. But you got to be smart. You can't be dumb. Like, you got to know what you got to do. Then you need to go do it. Okay? Because this is like literal, women literally get rich and build stuff by being smart. If you're not smart enough to keep several streams of income, aka a roster, then you need to figure out how to do it. You know what I mean? All right. Switch your wig, switch your name, switch your accent, date on the opposite side of town or on a different rich side of town. Okay. Have a place where you change and then change back. I mean, people do it all the time. If you're smart enough to have several degrees, you're smart enough to know how to get away with cheating. Come on. You're just not thinking about it. Okay. And I wouldn't even call it cheating if you're just dating someone. Okay. But learn how to have a roster respectfully. There you go. Okay. You keep attracting men who start normal, then become obsessed with me, and then end up being crazy. Help. Men are always crazy. Just get their money and have several of them. Get in and get out. It doesn't matter what you are. Get in and get out. Like most women. Most women have to end up blocking men because they are stupid and crazy. If they're the crazy one, block, restraining order, get the money and get in and get out. Don't hold on to something that's not good for you. See, a lot of times women who deal with crazy dudes, they get in, get out, block, and restrain. It's that simple. That's the formula. Okay. A lot of men are like that. A lot of men don't like to lose, or they don't want to have to do certain things, and so they start becoming obsessive just to try to intimidate you. Women just block and report. Block, report, restrain. That's the formula. Okay. And then they move on to the next chick and bug them. Yep. That's normal. Okay. You said block and restrain. It's just the norm. That's just crazy. I mean, especially if you look good, oh, they'll act stupid over you. Until you block them. Until you restrain. Then they'll finally get the picture. Okay, legally, I can't do this. So on to the next. Okay. I'm just piling on this makeup like I got somewhere to go. Don't. You want your own practice to have more exposure in time. Okay. Well, hopefully you can get that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Maybe someone can help you fund it without them knowing they're helping you fund it. That's the one thing. If you're getting money from a man for your business, don't tell him what it's for. Just say it's for something else. And then put it towards whatever you want. The less they know, the better, you know? Even if you say, oh, I'm going to just put it in my savings or invest it. It's better than giving them all your information and telling them what it's for. Because let me tell you why. They'll try to use it against you later when things aren't looking too good in the relationship. They'll be like, well, I did this for you and I did that for you. Don't tell them nothing. Don't tell them a thing. Just like, thank you. I used it. Just tell them you use it for vacation or something stupid. Or to get your tires. Because a lot of y'all be telling them too much, and then, well, he does this and he does that, but then he complains about it, and then he throws things in my face. That's because you give him stuff to throw in your face. You tell him about too much stuff. So stop telling people about stuff. If just tell him thank you for the gift. I'll put it in my savings. I'll tell him what it's for. Or tell him it's for tires. Thank you for being concerned about my safety. Be lying the whole time and just use the money for what you want. Okay. Yeah, if men give you money, it is a gift. They don't need to know where it's going and what it's for. And if they ask, just lie. Make sure it's a good lie. You need to furnish your apartment. Best way you to get a man to pay for it fully. Take him to the furniture store. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Or fill up a cart with all the furniture you want online and send him the link. Cry. Start feeling sorry for yourself. Tell him, I don't have anything. Can you help me? Or just ask a couple of them for a piece here and a piece there. If you have 3 or 4 on the roster, you can get this room from this one and the other room from the other one. Okay, have a roster. It's easy. You got to build a roster first. So unless one can do it all, most of the time, like, you can put all that furniture on their credit card, or they can finance it. Who cares? Just get it done. Ask. If they say, what's wrong? Why aren't you eating your food? Why are you so sad? Oh, because I didn't tell them this is what I want. It's bothering me. And then they'll say, okay, well, we'll take care of it. And pull out your phone right then and there with the cart full of the furniture that you want and give it to them. Let's handle it now. Because they'll tell you whatever they need to tell you to make you happy on the date so that they can enjoy their time with you. And then forget about what they promised you the day after. So have your links ready, have your cart full, and hand it to him right then and there if he wants to help solve the problem. You know what I'm saying? We don't play about tomorrow. We get stuff done today, man. Okay, so here's the finished makeup look. I'm doing blue today. Y'all like the hair? I went for like a beachy mermaid siren look since I'm wearing my Crown and Anchor Society sweatshirt today. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Anyway, I am so glad that summer is almost over. I know we got a month left, or a month and a half left, but I'm seeing all this fall cozy season stuff all over my For You page, and I'm getting excited. So I'm trying to get back into summer by doing like this little mermaid look, wearing my little blue. I'm probably gonna go swim tomorrow because fall is like everywhere on TikTok now, and I'm like, oh, I want some pumpkin spice candles, and I'm ready because it's so hot in Texas. It's so hot. I'm ready for some cooler weather, definitely for sure. I even bought a bunch of candles. I'm getting ready to go do a candle haul. See if my daughters want to join me. Okay. Hmm, what? Do I get annoyed by being recognized in public? Not anymore. I used to because it was so strange to me at first, and now it's like normal. Most people are nice and respectful, so I don't mind. It doesn't bother me no more. It's like normal. Left you left you an appreciation post above. You missed it. Uh-oh. Thank you, Z. Sprinkle sprinkle. I'm sorry. Did I miss it? Dang, I must have been trying to put my eyelash on. I appreciate it though. Okay, used to be a pygmy in South Africa, but you helped me and grew my confidence. I used to chase and be insecure, not anymore. Well, congratulations, Z. I'm glad you are no longer a pygmy. Sprinkle sprinkle. I'm glad because the world needs less pygmies out there, and for women to know their value and their worth so other people can treat you like you treat yourself. Thank you, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, how do you stay safe and avoid S with sugar daddies and protect yourself from women trying to recruit you into SW for men? You hang out on the rich, classy side of town, and you, you know what? You can literally take self-defense classes or learn self-defense on YouTube. They have videos, or you can get pepper spray, tasers, all types of stuff you can use to protect yourself. You can share your location with your friends or family before you go out. There's lots of stuff y'all can do. There's whole videos on it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, back in the old days, I know people have to explain stuff to y'all these days, but we already knew this stuff, you know? You always protect yourself, no matter what you're doing and who you with. Your friends may not even be your real friends. There have been cases where people's best friends or so-called friends have done them more dirty than anybody. So y'all always need to protect yourself from everybody or anything. You know why? Because that's just common sense. Okay. Always be prepared. Always be prepared. All right. That's just it. Always be prepared. Always. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you. Stay in public places. Stop going to private places with people. Know your value, know your worth, have high standards, and you usually are not going to get taken advantage of. You're usually not going to fall for the okie doke if you know who you are. Okay. You said it's the rich women recruiting. Okay, well then you become a rich woman, ma'am, by getting the money from these dudes and having to pay your bills without doing that with them. Okay, think about it like that. Your goal is to be rich. Your goal is to be rich, not to get no. Your goal is to be rich. If you're gonna date a rich man, you need to be a rich woman by getting his money and building yourself. Okay, we're not focused on that. We're focused on getting the money and starting a business or saving the money and investing. We're not focused on anything else. If they ain't got it, on to the next. You know what I mean? We're not doing all of that. If they don't like you enough times 10 to do nice things for you without you having to roll around on the mattress for them with them, next. Okay? Separate yourself and see where you get. It may take you a little bit longer, but you don't have to worry about those types of things, you know? and you know, try to only deal with certain types of people. All right. You said, where did I learn makeup? I didn't really learn it. I just put it on. Hopefully it comes out good. All right. You're 17 and there's a rich man in his 30s who drives a Porsche and is chasing me. I'm not sure if I should feed into it. Well, I feel like since you're only 17 and he's 30 and he drives a Porsche, he expects women, like young women, to like think he's all that. But like, you're 17. Okay, do you have a Porsche? Do you have a car? Is he gonna buy you one? Then why are you impressed? Sprinkle, sprinkle. I think it's way too young. I think that's illegal in most states. But until you're driving a Porsche, I don't think you should be impressed by any man that's chasing you unless he's chasing you to buy you a Porsche too. You understand what I'm saying? So when you turn 18, 19, 20, just because a man has a nice car and chasing you, if he's not chasing you to take you to the dealership, chasing you to pay your bills, chasing you to upgrade you in any way, don't be impressed. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's some info for the youngsters. And do you really want a man that's chasing a 17-year-old? Just get him for his money later on after you turn 18. Get him to buy you a Porsche. What? All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You say he's going to groom you. No, you need to groom him into getting you a Porsche when you turn 18. After you turn 18, say, you know what? Now we can talk because I'm legal. Let's go to the dealership. See, women are grooming these old dudes these days because they've been watching this channel. Don't get groomed by these old dudes. Groom them to get you some money, get you a car, and an apartment, a house, whatever, your college funds or whatever. Don't be out here looking stupid and getting groomed by these dudes. Groom them. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. They're going to be like, hey, wait a minute. What happened? Yep. As soon as they step up to you, say, what can you do for me? Well, you can pay these college bills. You can buy these college books. You can pay this. You can get me a car. You can pay this car note. You can pay this insurance. This is what you could do to impress me because your car ain't enough. If you start off like that, either they'll back off or they'll do it. So make sure you're a legal age. Make sure you're of legal consent age, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Exactly. You get what you want by having high standards and only dealing with men who are able to give it to you. See, some of y'all are like, well, we're mean and we can't get what we want, or do we be mean? If they don't have it, they can't give it to you whether you're nice or mean. So first of all, you need to make sure they got it and are able and willing to spend it. Then you decide if you need to be mean or not in order to get it. All right. Some of y'all be trying to get stuff that's not even there. You tell your husband no more mattress until you go through his phone. He said no, now what? Okay. Read the title. He's not your son. Just don't give him no more, period. Sprinkle, sprinkle. He's like, okay, well, then I guess we're done with that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You give him, all you're doing is giving him time to clean it up. He's going to show it to you once he done cleared everything. So now what? You're back at square one. What's the point of that? All you're doing now is acting like his mom. What you need to do is get you some business of your own and be too tired to be worried about him and what he's doing on his phone. You know what I mean? If he taps you on the shoulder to roll around on the mattress with you, it's like, oh no, I'm so tired. Why don't you get on your phone, do what you do. Maybe tomorrow, and never give in. If you already know that you need to see his phone because you're scared he's doing something, you already know he's doing so. Why he don't want to see your phone? That's my question. Know who the prize is in the relationship. Why he don't want to see your phone? Why is he comfortable rolling around on the mattress with you and asking you to roll around on a mattress? He don't even need your phone. Why you need his? Are you his mother? You are not. That's not your son, ma'am. Men hate when women tell them what to do. Men hate when you try to be their mother. You need to act like it don't bother you, but just make up a whole nother excuse why you don't want to roll around with him on the mattress. Flip the script. Have him asking for your phone. What you doing? Okay, y'all too nice over here. Y'all make the man the center of attention. Y'all make the man everything. I'm not going to roll around with you unless you show me your phone. Ma'am, I don't care what's in his phone. He need to be caring what's in my phone. Okay? If you don't look like, too good for him, of course he's not going to care about what's in your phone. So that's what you need to level up to. You need to level up to look like he should care about what's in your phone. Okay? Remember that. Y'all need to stop doing this because y'all are inflating these guys' ego, begging to look through their phone. They need to be begging to look through your phone, man. Go get in the mirror. Fix yourself up. Applying everything you teach, I want to go into psychology and have your own practice. It will give me more exposure, better suitors, and income. Thank you, Miss Z. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yes, ma'am. Well, good luck to you, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. You said you're a solid 9. Okay, well, then become a solid 10, and maybe you won't care about what's in his phone. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. There's always room to level up. If you're a solid 9, why do you care about what's in his phone? I know I wouldn't, because he would be caring about what was in my phone. So if you're a solid 9, why do you care what's in his phone? That's my question. You're a solid 9, you can go get whatever you want, right? So why do you care about what's in his phone? Is it the principle of it? Is it a control thing? Do you think he's cheating on you? Why doesn't he think you're cheating on him if you're a solid 9? Why isn't he insecure about himself if you walking around probably looking 10 times better than him? Why isn't he afraid to lose you to somebody with more money because you look that good? Why aren't you the prize in that relationship? Why do you have to threaten him? You know what I mean? It should be the opposite. So the best way to make it the opposite is to start refocusing back on yourself, getting in that mirror, getting dressed, going and doing stuff, having fun, not answering his calls or texts whenever he's calling and texting, having some business of your own, and treating yourself really good, becoming obsessed with yourself and not worrying about what he's doing. Because the more you worried about what he's doing, the less he's worried about what you're doing. We have a kid, otherwise I'd leave, and he has money. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. So let me tell you something. You already know most men cheat, right? You already know that. So where's your backups and where's your other ones? Just in case he is. Where is your do you have money? Do you have money to leave if you want? This is what I teach y'all. Always have enough money to leave if you want. If you catch him, then you can ask him to compensate you, or you could leave. If you don't catch him, if he does not going to show you his phone, he ain't going to show you his phone. You're not his mom. You're his wife or girlfriend, or you have a child with him, but he doesn't owe you his phone. In fact, I think in Texas, it's illegal for you to go through your partner's phone without their permission. So this is what I say. Get some business of your own. That's the best thing you can do. If a man gonna cheat, he gonna cheat. There ain't nothing you can do about it. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Protect yourself. Go to the clinic. Go to CVS. Go down that aisle. Get all that stuff. Put the test on the counter. And tell them, you know what? Since we ain't going through phones, go through these tests. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And then wrap it up on top of it. If you want to roll around on this mattress. And then don't even be in the mood to roll around on the mattress. You know what I'm saying? If you already think he's looking and doing stuff, he probably is if he's not showing you. So go ahead and do what you got to do, man. If you suspect that he's doing something, stop sleeping with him. If he gets mad, buy him a whole row of tests to go through that he got to pass every time until he show you the phone. But if you do that, you're still being his mother. Just stop sleeping with him and say, well, I don't need a reason not to sleep with you. I just don't want to. All right. Don't ask to see his phone. If he gives you his phone willingly without you asking, wonderful. But cut that off and don't talk about it no more. Okay. You said take him to the vet. Exactly. Like if you got a kid, you think your man cheating, just cut him off and don't ask him to see his phone no more. If he tap you on the shoulder to roll around on the mattress, like I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. Then he'll try to show you his phone and do everything that you need him to do without you having to even ask. Then say, okay, well, that's nice. Well, still not in the mood. But then he's gonna have to act right by doing all the stuff that he's supposed to do. Answer the phone, answer the text, be at home at a certain time, if that's what he really wants from you. But if not, then I told y'all, most men are gonna do what they want to do anyway. You can't stop them from doing what they want. But you don't have to roll around the mattress with them, and you can't protect yourself, and you can't cut them off in the bedroom with no reason. Okay? They already know the reason. And then you know what? Then you can go get you a backup. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said go through his phone and cash app yourself. That's funny. Okay. Yeah. You said you're going to get a car and your teeth done? All right, ma'am. Well, that sounds good to me. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Make sure you get some money too. Mm-hmm. You said now he just know he's going to use the no mattress for excuse for doing what he's already doing. Exactly. So it's not an excuse if you're already doing it. He was going to do it anyway. The thing is, you need to win. That means all your bills are paid. You're going to upgrade on your car, your looks. Use some of his money, save it, start a business, whatever you got to do. Remember, you're not there for him. You're there for his money. That's it. Now, this is what happens when you get in a relationship and a man starts to do this and that. Even if you were only there for the money in the beginning and you just want to protect yourself and be smart, you already know men are going to mess up. You already know they're going to mess up. Just get their money and protect yourself and do something good for you and your future generation with his money while you're still there. And then until you decide to leave or whatever, just use his money to better you and y'all's kid. That's it. There ain't nothing you can do about it. But when you do decide to leave, if you do decide to leave, make sure you leave off better than when you came in. That's all. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That way, at least the situation will have been worth it. Okay? The situation will at least have been worth it. And you'll be like, yay, look what I got for dealing with that. Wonderful. Okay. Never leave empty-handed. Leave with more. Okay. Play the game for a while. Get the most out of them that you can. Don't even let him know you mad. Don't even let him know what your plans are. Just keep getting it, stacking it. You can be nice to him a couple of, hey, how are you? Yeah. Get everything you want. Okay. You get what you want by being smart and manipulative and playing dumb. Sometimes that means being mean. Sometimes it means being nice. Sometimes it means understanding the situation and doing what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? You said you can't be nice to a broke man. You shouldn't even be around a broke man. All right. Only beneficial relationships. Yeah. That's right. What's my favorite line to use with men? I don't have a favorite line. You paying? You got this? You taking me shopping? What did you buy for me? I'm always talking up like that. You got some money for me? Wonderful. Is that mine? If I see like they lay out their money on the table, is that mine? Thanks. They drop something. Oh, that must be mine. Thank you. I'm always joking around about it. And the funny thing is that they like men know that if you're impressed by money, that's the only thing that they can do to impress you. So that's what they're gonna do. So many women are afraid that they're going to be labeled gold digger or materialistic. That's the point. That way, when they try to do something nice for you or impress you, they know what it takes. You're only going to get rid of the broke men by letting them know that you like nice things and that you like expensive things and that you like money. You're only going to get rid of the broke man who didn't plan to spend anyway. Okay? Because to a man with money, they like money too. So they understand why you like it. You understand? You get it? They understand why you like it because they like it too. It's just the same thing. It's y'all have something in common. They have no problem getting it. They got no problem spending it. So they don't think it's wrong for you to also want it or like it as well. There's nothing wrong with that. You're just with the wrong people. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Get off the date naps then. If they filled with broke dusties, to get off of them. Get off of them. He's rich and I'm not impressed. He can be rich all he wants, but if he ain't spending money and getting you nothing, you shouldn't be impressed. I wouldn't be unless I got the money in my hand. Look, I'm not impressed by your richness. Everybody, there's that dude over there got richness too. You want me to be impressed by him? Well, whoever's spending first, that's who I'm going to be impressed by. You see? Richness doesn't impress people unless you spend on them. Rich man got to spend. You see? They not spending. That's not impressive. Mm-hmm. You said you used to fear being perceived as materialistic. No, that's what you want to be perceived as because it gets rid of all the broke people. You don't have to sift through the dust, man. All right? It's taking out a step for you. Okay. Um, what? Yeah. So, he ain't your son. In the famous words of MJ, and Billie Jean, the dust is not your son. All right. And women that fall victim to doing too much for men or pygmishas doing too much for their dusties, it's y'all's maternal instinct kicking in, and y'all think that that's y'all sons that y'all have to take care of and help and provide for and da da da. It's not. A man that enters your life is supposed to make it better financially. Okay, not the other way around. Otherwise, that's a dependent. That's a child. That's your son. Okay, it's your son. So don't be bothered with people that can't be a man and provide. You don't want to be bothered with boys. You're gonna end up treating them like your son. They're gonna end up looking at you like their mom. That's not what you want. Okay. Mm-hmm. If men want to impress you, let me tell y'all this, because not all men are stingy. If they want to impress you, because you're not easily impressed, and they know money impresses you, they will spend, because that's their ego flexing. You see, if you're impressed by something stupid, they're going to do that first. But if only money impresses you, that's what they're going to pull out the hat. So being materialistic, saying I'm a gold digger, saying I only like money, talking about money, money, money. A man can't impress you with no poem. A man can't impress you by taking you somewhere when you don't care, you just want the money. They can't impress you any other way. They can't impress you by telling you some facts and information, being intellectual. They can't, that's not going to impress you. You can Google that. They're going to try to impress you with what they know impresses you. This is why when y'all go on dates, these men say, well, what are you looking for? So that they can do all those things in order to impress you, to make you think that he's what you're looking for. So if you lead by saying, this is what I like the finer things, I like expensive things, I like this, I like that, like all that. If they like you, that's what they're going to do to impress you. They're going to spend. But if you say, I like walks on the beach, I like to travel, I like fine dining, that's what they're going to do to impress you. But if you just straight up, I like money, I like nice expensive things, I like this, I like that. If they like you, they're going to do those things specifically because that's what you like. They're going to cater to your likes in order to impress you. But if you sitting over there talking about you like everything except for money, that's why they're not giving it to you, because they don't think that's going to be impressive enough to you. Okay? So start off with, I like money. They're going to think it's funny at first, but then they're going to understand it because they like money too. You're going to have more in common with them if they understand you from the start. They'll respect you more too if you're literally, telling them straight up, look, if you're not here to spend, go over there. I know what I like. I know who I am. I know my standards, A, B, C, and D. Either you get with it or you move along. That's it. Some of y'all are too scared to be perceived a certain way when you're just wasting time. You're 23 and he's 26, 2 years together, and he pays for everything on dates, sometimes for nails, but don't help give you allowance because he's too young, man. What is a 26-year-old going to do? Go ask his 55-year-old dad for some money to give to you? Ma'am, he's too young. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You want a 26-year-old to have the money of a 50-year-old. You go get a 50-year-old. Why? Because he don't have money like that. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Y'all trying to get money out of these young guys. Go get it from their daddy. Go get it from their uncles. That's the age you need to be going for if you want an allowance. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Y'all are silly. Okay. Do y'all think 26-year-old men are just sitting there with unk money? Unless they gay for pay, I don't think so. Or at least unless they come for money, in their own family, I don't think so. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Y'all need to go find the 50-year-olds if y'all want allowance. Okay. You said, what if you're an older woman that's 58? Then you're going to need to go find a 70-year-old, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm getting ready to go. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate y'all. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Now, look. Before y'all go out this weekend, y'all need to go ahead and order this. Press him. I've been like putting oil on, so that's the oil for my hands. But this is vasopressin concentrate. It makes men feel like they're falling in love with you. It is pheromones. Okay. It's like what you put out when you're ovulating to attract men to you. And like, it's very strong. And they have smaller sizes because this is a big size. This is beautiful, right? They have smaller sizes if you are not trying to buy this giant bottle. They also have sample sizes if you're just wanting to test it out. You know what I'm saying? But definitely use my code SheRa when you go onto the website to purchase anything. They got pheromones for men, women. They have pheromones for business. They have pheromones for making them feel like they're falling in love with you. They have pheromones to get them like really riled up. So just take the little quiz and just go through the whole website to see what they have and what's best for you. And you will definitely see the results because it's crazy. Like, I use this every day. I use the liquid finesse every day because it just makes people more friendly towards you. It makes people like give you your way, basically, liquid finesse. It also makes people want to open up more and like, you know, cater to you. So this is good for anybody. Like, you can use this around anybody. But the vasopressin is like more like you only spray it around the guy you want to be interested in you. Okay. Spray it on right before you like engage with this person, like talking to them or going on a date. Don't spray it on and be around a bunch of people because this works really good. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Definitely get you some pheromones. And the more things that you have working in your favor, the better chance you get. Let's say you get dressed, you get all cute, you go to the rich side of town, you have, you know, you're out and about dilly-dallying, and then you have that vasopressin on and your liquid finesse, and all of a sudden this old man with money or just man with money, whatever age you like, walks by, and then he turns around and says, "Oh, hi, how are you?" You know, it could have been this, or he could have just kept walking because men are like animals and they're visual creatures. So if you have on a pheromone and by natural instinct, they're attracted to you because they sense that pheromone, that could be the difference between them stopping and saying hello, introducing themselves versus just walking by. So, I mean, everything helps. I'm not even joking. So get all the stuff in your arsenal. Get your hair, your makeup, your pheromones, your perfume. Make sure your skin is glowing and soft. Don't give them an excuse not to talk to you. You get it? So there you go. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Therefore, okay. Mm-hmm. Y'all do what you gotta do, man. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right, y'all, I'm getting ready to go. But thank y'all, everybody. Also, if you want to join the Patreon because you don't want to ask your question in public or, you know, in the comments, definitely go to my Patreon and join tier 2 and up. It's SheRaSeven's journaling group. If you join tier 2 and up, you're able to directly message me and I'll write you back within a day or two in the messenger. If you join the VIP or the mail out tier, you get a handwritten card or letter from me every month. Plus, you're able to also message me, and you may also have access to a future potential one-on-one 10-minute, you know, chat. If you are, you know, if we make arrangements to do that, it is a little extra fee, but I only doing that for a small group that is invested in the Patreon VIP because I know y'all will be serious about your level up. Okay. But I really appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.